Okay, it's time to review some VTP configuration commands. The first one is VTP domain. It's a command to define the VTP domain name. Then VTP mode. This command is used to define the VTP mode as client, server, or transparent. You have VTP pruning, which is a command to set the pruning mode. There's VTP password, a command to define the password for the VTP domain. You also have VLAN-ID, which is a command used to set the ID for a VLAN. And then you have name VLAN name, a command which is used to set the name for a VLAN. Switch port access VLAN ID, is a command to define a port as a static access port. And switch port voice VLAN and the VLAN ID is a command to define a port as a voice port. Except for the switch port access VLAN ID, and switch port voice VLAN ID commands, all of the above commands are stored in the vlan.dat file. These two commands are stored in the running config file. To check the existing settings of the domain name, VTP mode, and VTP pruning, you can use the show VTP status command. In addition, to check the VLAN ID and VLAN name, you can use the show VLAN brief command. Further, for the switch port access VLAN ID, and switch port voice VLAN ID commands, you can use show running config and show interfaces switch port commands.